win, go win, go win, go win, go win, man, go win.
Let's go to the AFC wildcard matchup. The number 3 seed Jacksonville Jaguars are taking on the 6th seed in the Buffalo Bills as Josh Allen and the 12-5 Buffalo Bills are traveling to Jacksonville and take on Trevor Lawrence and the 13-4 Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jags are favored by 1.5 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff on CBS. The over-under for this matchup is 52.5 points. So Jim Nantz and Tony Romo will be on the call in this one. And when I look at this matchup between the Bills and the Jaguars, let's start off with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. I'm looking at a Josh Allen, and coming into the season, I said there were 5 elite quarterbacks: Matthew Stafford, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow. And when you look at the playoffs and the current playoff seedings and the teams that are in the playoffs, Matthew Stafford's in the NFC. And I'm looking at the landscape of the AFC. There's no Joe Burrow. There's no Lamar Jackson. There's no Patrick Mahomes, who has been Josh Allen's kryptonite in the playoffs. And so I think Josh Allen should be commended for being one of the 4 elite quarterbacks in the AFC that actually made the postseason. But on the flip side, because there is no Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, or Joe Burrow, this is Josh Allen's best opportunity to reach a Super Bowl. Something he has not been able to do so far in his career. I'm looking at a Josh Allen and even a Sean McDermott, but let's talk about Josh Allen first. There are 30 quarterbacks all time who have 6 or more playoff wins. The other 29 quarterbacks who have 6 or more playoff wins have at least 1 Super Bowl appearance on their resume. Josh Allen, who also has 6 or more playoff wins, does not have a Super Bowl appearance on his resume. So it's 30 quarterbacks who've had 6 playoff wins or more, and 29 of those 30 quarterbacks have at least 1 Super Bowl appearance on their resume. Josh Allen, on the other hand, does not have a Super Bowl appearance on his resume. And even his head coach, Sean McDermott. Head coaches who have 7 or more playoff wins. The only other head coach who has 7 or more playoff wins without a Super Bowl appearance is Knox and also Sean McDermott. This is among 32 coaches with at least 7 playoff wins. So this is a big playoff year for Josh Allen and Sean McDermott. And so, again, when you look at the landscape of the AFC, no Lamar Jackson, no Patrick Mahomes, and no Joe Burrow, this is the best opportunity for Josh Allen to finally get over the hump and reach a Super Bowl. Because those other quarterbacks in the AFC, they are inexperienced. Like Bo Nix, Drake May. The only other quarterback in the AFC that actually has playoff experience is C.J. Stroud and Aaron Rodgers. Justin Herbert hasn't even won a playoff game yet in his career. So you got all these young AFC quarterbacks who don't have the experience like a Josh Allen has. So that's an advantage also that Josh Allen, Sean McDermott, and the Buffalo Bills have over the New England Patriots of the world, the Denver Broncos of the world. And Trevor Lawrence also has been to the playoffs, but he hasn't had much playoff success. But I'm looking at Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. For whatever reason, the Bills are better at home in the playoffs than they are on the road. They are terrible on the road. At home, the Bills are 7-2. They average 28 points per game, and opponents only score 20 points per game against the Bills' defense at home. And their points per game differential is plus 7.8. On the road, this is in the Josh Allen era, they are 0-4. They average 27 points per game, but their defense gives up 34 points per game, and their points per game differential is minus 6.5 points. So this Bills team, they are much better playing in Buffalo than they are playing on the road. And that has to change because now the Bills are the 6th seed in the AFC. So more than likely, Josh Allen's path to get to the Super Bowl is going to be on the road. It's not going to be at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo. It's going to be on the road, so they're going to have to play better as a football team on the road in the playoffs. But the good thing for Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, and Josh Allen's last 5 wild card games, he's 5-0. He has 1,719 total yards, 17 total touchdowns in his last 5 wild card games. So he's balled out in this particular round of the playoffs. But one of the keys to me for Josh Allen, as great as Josh Allen is, and I think Josh Allen is the best quarterback in pro football along with Matthew Stafford. But one of the issues with Josh Allen is when he turns the football over. And there's been multiple occasions this year where Josh Allen has had games with multiple turnovers. And in 4 out of the 5 games where Josh Allen has had multiple turnovers, the Bills have lost those particular games. Week 5 against the Patriots, week 6 against the Falcons, week 10 against the Dolphins, and then week 12 against the Texans. The only game where they actually won where Josh Allen had multiple turnovers came in week 11 against the Buccaneers. They won that game by 12 points. So Josh Allen has to protect the football in order for the Buffalo Bills to have a chance to go on a deep playoff run. Cannot have these multiple turnovers because that will derail the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs. And I'm looking at the Buffalo Bills overall as a team. Josh Allen at quarterback this year, 25 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 3,668 passing yards. He completed 69% of his passes this season. But along with Josh Allen, the other player in this Bills offense is James Cook. James Cook is an elite running back, and he's been balling this year. I'm looking at a James Cook, 309 carries, 1,621 rushing yards, 12 touchdowns on the season. So to me, this Bills rushing attack with Josh Allen and James Cook is going to be key for the Buffalo Bills to try and beat the Jaguars. The Bills rushing attack, they average 160 rushing yards per game. That's ranked first in the NFL. And that's because of Josh Allen and James Cook. Because I don't believe in the Bills' skill position players. I mean, I'm looking at Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir. I like their tight ends. I like Dawson Knox and I like Dalton Kincaid. But their wide receivers are not that good. They're not that good. And that's why Josh Allen, to me, deserved to be in the MVP conversation because Josh Allen doesn't have much to work with from a skill position standpoint. He doesn't have an elite skill position group like a Joe Burrow or like a Jalen Hurts. He doesn't have that in Buffalo. And so they have the best rushing attack in pro football, and that's going to be key for the Bills in this playoff matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, let's switch gears and let's talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars, as the Jacksonville Jaguars, 13-4. They ended the season on an 8-game winning streak. And the Jaguars, they won the AFC South, led by quarterback Trevor Lawrence. And I'm looking at Trevor Lawrence this year. Trevor Lawrence, 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 4,007 passing yards. He completed 61% of his passes this year. I thought Trevor Lawrence played great in the 2025 NFL season. I thought he had one of his best seasons of his career. And what helped Trevor Lawrence was newly acquired head coach Liam Cohen. I thought Cohen did a tremendous job in the development of Trevor Lawrence, because coming into the season, I said that if Trevor doesn't play well, the Jaguars need to seriously consider moving off of Trevor Lawrence and drafting a new quarterback. But Trevor proved me wrong, and he's had a great season this year. And in Jacksonville Jaguars history, Trevor Lawrence has the most total touchdowns in a season with 38 total touchdowns. That's more than Blake Bortles had in 2015, and even more than Trevor himself had in 2020. So Trevor has done that was 2022. Trevor had 30 touchdowns in 2022. So Trevor has played well this season. And I'm looking at a Trevor Lawrence back in 2022. That particular season, the Jaguars also were a playoff team. And he went on a win streak late in the season that particular year. That year in 2022, Trevor ended the season 5-0. Jaguars averaged 29 points per game. Trevor averaged 272 total yards per game. His passer rating was 101.3, 10 total touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's in 2022, the year when the Jaguars went to the playoffs as well. And this year, Trevor is on an 8-game winning streak as a Jaguars quarterback. They're averaging 34 points per game, total yards per game, 275 total yards per game, passer rating 106.1. His total touchdowns is 24, interceptions is 5. So similar to 2022, in 2025, heading into the playoffs, Trevor Lawrence is on a heater and has been balling at the quarterback position for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm looking at Jacksonville as a team, and obviously at running back, you got Travis Etienne. At receiver, you got Brian Thomas Jr., Jacoby Myers as well. At tight end, you got Brandon Strange as well. So their offense, they are humming as an offense right now. They really, really are. But overall, I think that when you look at both of these two teams, you got at head coach for the Bills, Sean McDermott, Liam Cohen, at head coach for the Jaguars. And you got the quarterbacks in Josh Allen and Trevor Lawrence. I think the Jaguars have a better roster than the Bills, but the Bills have Josh Allen. And even though Trevor Lawrence has been balling this season and is on an 8-game winning streak and has had arguably the best season of his career, I still don't fully trust Trevor Lawrence, but I trust Josh Allen. And even though the Jaguars have a better roster than the Bills, I think Josh Allen will outlast Trevor Lawrence. The Bills do struggle to stop the run, but the Jaguars, they're not great at running the football either. They're ranked 20th in the NFL in total rushing yards per game. So to me, the Jaguars have a better roster than the Bills have. And Trevor Lawrence is on a heater, on an 8-game winning streak right now for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Liam Cohen deserves consideration for NFL Coach of the Year. But the Bills have something that the Jaguars do not have, and that is Josh Allen. And Josh Allen gives the Buffalo Bills a puncher's chance in any game that he suits up for, and Josh Allen is a significantly better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence is. So I'm rolling with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills to beat Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Josh Allen, 27. Trevor Lawrence, 17.